All right, I'm here. Yeah. I think I am going to skip the whole music thing and giving folks a chance to get in here because I set the schedule for 6 p.m. Oh yeah, this lighting is not working. Anyway, I set the schedule for 6 p.m. So, a few days ago. So if you ain't here on time, oh well, you can see it later. Hopefully you'll catch it later. No shade, no criticism, right? But I got to get going because I'm on a very, very tight schedule. I actually am because, first, happy holiday, y'all, to all the Moors. It's been a minute, right? I am Sister Tahita S. Nagiola L. Give me just a second. I got to turn on the light because it's kind of dark in here. It's messing with my camera. Okay. All right. Islam, I am Sister Tahita S. Nagiola L. of Mercy. CalifaMedia.com, mrcicharities.org, and riseofthemoors.org and com, right? It's been a minute. I looked at my history and I haven't been on here since January, right? Why? Because I've been doing stuff, right? I'm more into, what is that? Perennial media versus disposable media. No shade to anybody who is using, this camera is wild. No shade to anybody who is using Instagram, whatever, TikTok, all that stuff. But that stuff isn't permanent. It's very if effervescent, right? People see it. If it goes viral, it'll be viral for 2-3 weeks if you're lucky. That kind of thing. Let me turn this camera. And if you see me, I have to turn the camera. If you see me looking at two places because I'm recording because I don't trust Instagram. Anyway, today I'm coming to bring some topics to y'all, some updates, because I haven't been on here in a minute, and there's a lot going on in the Moorish nation. I feel like that's my that's my lane, right, to go ahead and voluntarily enter. I'm seeing a pattern, right? The Moors that I work with, they work with people who are learning to be themselves, right? I'm finding that my lane is the Moors who know that they're themselves, all right? So, you're yourself. You're a Moor. I cater to the Moors who know they are Moor. Me personally, I was done with the missionary work quite a while ago, but that is not to fault other people. I know there's some of us who got to stay in those trenches and bring more people to this level, right, that I'm about to get into. But until then, I'm here for the Moors who know they're Moors. See, everything, what does it say? Everything you do as a Moor means something, right? And this is available in the Califa Media spread shop, which you can link on califamedia.com/Moor-store. All right. And since I'm talking about products, I might as well plug a few more things before I get really into it. Don't forget, we have all things Moorish. We got books, we got pins, we got buttons, we got stickers, we got t-shirts, right? And we got events. We're expanding, right? Some of the things we have regular buttons, but also we have the Moorish American enamel buttons, right? This one is the butterfly clip, but it also comes in a safety pin clip, right? And expanding on that, also have the Moorish American. Like I said, I'm recording in 2 spots. The Moorish American medallion. Okay. I felt the need to remake that because the ones I've been seeing don't have the 7 on the back. They do have the star. No. They have the 7 and the Allah. But if you turn it around, it's usually a woman getting her head cut off. So I replaced it with the woman who is pregnant, the star and the crescent. All right. And that's in our shop as well. And of course, it's Tag Day. It's Salvation Week, or Week of Sacrifice, not Salvation Week. It's the Week of Sacrifice, and that is tomorrow, right? So we are still marketing our tags, okay? The Eunice tag, that's the one from 2022, and there's another one from 2014, all right? That's the Eunice tag. That's available on CalifaMedia.com, okay? Now that I got all the commercials and business part out the way, I can get to the part that's actually interesting and all that good stuff. So, certified Moorish, right? If you haven't heard, Califa Media has expanded into assisting Moors with establishing their own businesses, all right? because I need Moors to work with. I'm tired of working with colonizers. All right. It's not necessarily because I don't want to work with them. It's just that there's more consequences from working with them. Let me give you an example. Certified Moorish right now. I have my notes because why? I respect your time. So please forgive me if I skew away from them. I'm right on topic. Let me get my pen. Anyway, Certified Moorish, right? You can access that through CalifaMedia.com, riseofthemoorish.org, and you can also get to it through certifiedmoorish.com or org, right? So first, I'm building out this whole site, not giving, but offering Moors for their own use, everything that I've used to set up my Moorish business, all right? Because I've been running this for 10 years. I've been wanting to bring it out, but I'm like, nope, let me wait. Let me make sure for 10 years that this thing is not, I'm going to make sure that I've been running this for 10 years before I offer it to anybody, because if people know me, I've been said that, I've been to jail and I'm not trying to be responsible. I'm not trying to go back, and I am not trying to be responsible for anyone ending up there because of something I said. So yeah, I waited 10 years to release this. Like, okay, 10 years has passed. I know y'all only get 3 to actually do something to me. So, and I've been telling you all, like, basically, like, hey, you see me, you see me, you see me. You know, there's a whole thing on it, a video on it on Califa Media. Get to it through the Certified Moorish website. Anyway, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to give you an example. I just said I have these shirts available on Spreadshirt for now. I have these shirts available on Spreadshirt until such time as I can find a Moor who can do this kind of printing for me. I have like the ability to do some stuff, but not this wide, right? So if you have like a screen printing operation going on, I would much rather work with you than Spreadshirt, because I'm set up as a 508 corporation, which means I am an auxiliary in whose business works to support something that's already established, that's a religion, right? Like who is that? Catholic Charities. Even though they're 501c3, they could be 508 if they were doing something else, right? But anyway, 508s are like 501c3s, except I don't have to report to anybody. I don't have to tell anybody what I'm doing. And if they ask me, I know how to sue them, you know, and I've told them that. And the 508 process is written so that you're setting yourself up for a lawsuit. Okay. Not that you think you're going to get sued. It's set up for a lawsuit, as in you're letting the interested parties who will be receiving this paperwork, you're letting them know I am well versed in the law. Here's a little bit of what I know. And if necessary, I'll show you more. Or you could just leave me alone. That kind of thing. So no, you're always setting yourself up for a lawsuit. At least I am. I'm always setting up myself. Everything I write up to these people, whenever I contact them, I'm setting you up for a lawsuit. Okay. But back to Spreadshirt. Set up as a 508. I'm not supposed to be like, have anything withheld, right? Because I don't even work for you. I'm like a contractor. If anything, you're supposed to just issue me a 1099. But for whatever reason, they issue me a W2, W4, whatever it is. And I'm now making moves to extract myself from all connections to these people. So anyway, I have submitted all the documents to this, to Spreadshirt, specifically Spreadshirt, because I'm about to leave y'all anyway, saying that here's what it is, right? Here's what the IRS said. Here's how the state responded. And you know what their response was? They still signed me up. They sent me a W-2 that showed federal withholding on my stuff. So, you know how that could have been avoided? If I was working with a Moor who has his or her company set up correctly, and then we work together, right? And neither one of us is reporting anything to the federal government or the state government. That means if I'm not reporting, I don't have to do anything like collect anything. Because collect why? Because I'm not reporting anything, right? And you don't have the right to collect anything from me because you're a foreigner. I'm not going into that because you're a Moor. That's who I'm here for. You know, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw I don't know if Cujo in here, but I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it. He's here for the 2 in the back. I'm here for the 2 in the front. All right, let's go. I'm not leaving them behind, but you ready. Let's go. So then when they're ready, they'll have something to be ready for. Does it make sense, right? So I'm trying to get the Moors to go ahead and start setting up businesses and all that stuff, because that's like the first step to getting your stuff straight. You know what I mean? Take over the finance. All right. And me personally, I'm taking full and total advantage of the fact that I'm a woman. I know the power of women, right? But I got a man's mind. It's really cool, right? If you folks know, if you know me for a while, you know how like it's just consistent that people mistake me for a guy online, right? Because my emotions are chill. So I'm very logical, but I'm still a woman, and I use it and it works. All right. But I'm not going to get too much into that. I don't want to get you off far off path because I got to go make dinner. All right. I'm already late. So back to why I said I'm setting up to the 508 is because I want to work with Moors. I do not want to work with anybody that's not a Moor, right? Because they have to report to the occupying powers that allow them to be here, right? And the occupying powers say, you got to give us a cut of anything, any business you have going on with them. They didn't understand what I was doing. I could tell by the fact that this happened. They just did not and this happened to me before. They just did not understand it. So rather than ask me and talk to me and let me explain it to you and show you all the statutes that are already in the paperwork that I've submitted to you, you play bitch and you just comply with whatever the IRS said. And so I have to separate myself from them because they issue me a W. I don't work for you. You should have sent me a 1099. What is going on? Right? So, but that led to another opportunity because now I got to figure out how to get the money back that they withheld because there's no form for that because of the way this, I love it. 508 corporations do not have a form for you to file tax returns. You have to write them a letter. I have to tell them in a letter, you don't have a form for this. So here's what they sent me. Here's why. You already know about this. You already know about this. Just look me up, right? And here's what you owe me. I don't know how else to do this because there's no form for this. So this is your fault. I always make sure it's your fault. So that's what you get when you sign up for the 508 Incorporation. I'm trying to make friends, right? My father did that. He was in the Nation of Islam, and he basically found a bunch of friends, arranged marriages for them, and then insisted they all had children, and those were the children I grew up with. All right? So if I'm a little pushy, that's why, because I've seen it. It works. I know what I want, right? I know I'm getting all over the place. I heard a brother say, if the women just tell the men what they want, it'll happen. I'm telling y'all what I want. I want to set up businesses, right? I want strip malls. I want skyscrapers full of nothing but us with on the bottom few floors, and then nothing but us in the penthouses and the apartments that are too expensive, but we're not paying for anything. The people that have the luxury of remaining on our land are paying for it. That's fair. But anyway, so yeah, visit certifiedmoorish.org and get your business set up. And if you don't know what you're supposed to do, right, you can go on to certifiedmoorish.org or com. Both of them work. And there's a business path questionnaire, right? And it's really cool, right? I already got some feedback from it. It's free. That's free. So, because I'm like, you might want to do it, but you don't necessarily know what to do. You know what you like to do. You know what you're good at, but you're not sure, like, how that could translate into, like, an actual, like, money-making venture. There is a free business path questionnaire on califamedia.com. But like I said, you can get to it from certifiedmoorish.org or .com. And this thing is like asking you all different kinds of, because I actually had a conversation with AI, right? Asking it, I know what I'm doing. All right, I'm to the point where, I found my lane. I love it. I'm very good at it. And it rewards me greatly, right? And it rewards me so greatly, I'm able to like give stuff away and set up charities, all that good stuff. I'm not rich by any means or wealthy, but hey, I'm comfortable, that kind of thing. But anyway, so I had a conversation with AI and was like asking it different questions to make sure I'm on the right path. And turns out I am. And then I asked AI, can you make this into a questionnaire for other people to use? Because especially for our youth, right? Because I really fear for them because we're not telling them what to do. So they're listening to other people that don't have their best interest at heart at all. Okay. So if you're like 26, 27, 28, I especially encourage you, just go on the site. It's free. There's no catch. You just got to place an order and that's it. I think all it wants is your email. That's it, right? And I've even included in this questionnaire parts of it that ask you about your astrology. Like I said, I'm like, I know me. I'm pushing 50, all right? So I'm getting to the point like, yeah, I'm pretty familiar with myself and I like what I see. And I know how I got here, right? Because I keep track. So let me make a template for our young people so they don't have to be stumbling and bumbling the way I had to get to this point, all right? And then once you know what you want to do, you can proceed to get the 508 process and set that up, right? And that includes, I stay with you all the way through that because like I said, I'm not trying to send nobody to jail. I've been to jail. I didn't enjoy it, right? So I'm not trying to have nobody else go there. All right. Personal meetings. If you're not familiar, I did have personal meetings set up where you just make an appointment, right? I'm free from 4 to 8, just sitting here doing work while my children are doing their little things. And we just chop it up. Let's talk about stuff, right? And people were making appointments, and it's unfortunate that more appointments were made than were kept. So now that's a charged service, okay? And if you've ever had one of these conversations with me, you know, actually, I'm sorry I had to throw this sister under the bus. I'm not going to say her name though. But we had such a great conversation that she just sent me money. Actually, she sent money to the charity, mrcicharities.org. She sent money to the charities because I guess she got that much out of our conversation, right? And I'm like, well, you just messed it up for everybody else. Maybe. Let me see what happens. And then sure enough, people were making appointments and they're not keeping them, which wastes my time. So now to make sure that you keep the appointment, you got to pay me. But again, it's $30 for an hour, right? And like I said, talk to anybody. I can probably produce some names if they're okay with me doing it. Talk to anybody who's had a conversation with me and see what they got out of it, right? Because a little astrology background on me real quick. I have a Libra rising, okay? My 7th house is about other people. My 1st house is about other people. My 8th house is about making money by helping other people, not by what I do, but what I help you do. So if you're wondering why you help people put out books instead of writing your own, there you go. I've tested it. It works a lot better when I help others help themselves. Not doing it for you. I'm helping you help yourself. And then, you know, crumbs fall off of that slice, right? That's what I get, right? So again, but back to the paid meetings. If you have been to a Moorish Meetup, which is segueing into the next topic. If you have been to a Moorish Meetup, you know that there is a coupon code to access the 508 incorporation process. That same coupon code, Allah willing, will work to schedule free meetings because you all are my alphas. You're helping me figure out how to set this whole thing up so I can just like automate it. So when a Moor is ready, you know, as soon as they like 15, 16 years old and they know they got a great idea, they ready to go. You all already know that you all are helping me set this up. So you get that for free, whatever you want to chat. You know, you got to schedule a thing on califamedia.com. All right. Checking my notes. All right. Yep. Oh boy, this is great. Okay, I'm not gonna keep y'all long because I gotta go make dinner. The 508 process is also the first leg of what will allow Willing become a Moorish American Chamber of Commerce. I actually dug through my direct messages and found a brother who worked with the Chinese, I think in China, and he was like able to sit in and see how when they want to start a new venture, the first thing they do is set up a chamber around that venture. So we're going to get all the people who want to be involved just because it's a great idea. We're going to get you all together and set it up. And then once it's going, we're going to get the people who like, I'm willing to try something new, but not necessarily start it. They come in. And then after that, then you know how that is. It's like a siphon. Once you get it going, it keeps going by itself. You don't have to keep doing anything. So this 508 corporation, I'm trying to find Moors to work with so we can set up a chamber of commerce. and then start doing business with one another and shut foreigners and the people that they've invited to help occupy this land, shut them off and deprive them of our attention and oxygen, and hopefully their interests will die and they'll go home, go back where they came from. So in that light, I'm aiming for a weekly build session so we can just get together, chop it up, networking, right? I'll never forget, I read in a book how, was it Rockefeller, Ford, and Carnegie used to go camping together. Why did they go camping together? And the book said they were sitting out there building clouds, like ideas, right? Building off of each other. And I don't know where else I read that, but that was 3 people who were already well established building off of each other. I'm also comparing that to something I heard once where they said that one morgue is worth a lecture hall full of 500 everythings else. So what happens if we get 3, 4, 5 of us? I'm just saying. And speaking of which, we are currently collecting for the Sheik's Travel Fund in the spirit of the first week of sacrifice, where little bit of Moorish history. Pearl Drew Ali, who I personally question is the Prophet's real wife. I don't know. He said that was his wife, but I haven't seen anything from the temple, and there's definitely nothing on the state or county level. There is for Mary. But anyway, Pearl had an affair with Claude Green and stole all the temple's money. Thank goodness before he left on his tour of all the temples and the tour of the South, he set up the Sisters Auxiliary and made his other wife, the one we can find paperwork for, he made her the secretary, treasurer of the Moorish Sisters, the Moorish National Sisters Auxiliary, right? And then while he was gone, Pearl and Claude put all his stuff out the temple, stole all the money. The sisters and the Sisters Auxiliary, who his other wife was holding the money, they were selling tags and collecting money after every temple meeting, which is why I'm holding this at 6 to make sure y'all can make your meetings. They were collecting money after every temple meeting to help him get back to Chicago because his wife stole all the money. All right. Yeah, I got beef with Pearl, because her face is all up in everything, but you never see or hear about Mary, right? Even though we got paperwork on her and we got proof of her sincerity. And actually, I found her in the census records. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that too much. Maybe later. But anyway, so we're collecting for the Sheik's Travel Fund. Mercy Charities has set that up to honor that event. To honor Mary Drew Ali for being such a good and sincere, honorable wife. Right? An actual wife. And so if you want to donate, that's everywhere that Califa Media is. And that's to help Sheiks travel so they don't have to keep coming out of pocket. They are, right? All right. Next item of business. I'm about to wrap this up. Yeah. Since Tag Day and Week of Sacrifice is wrapping up, I am now turning my attention to setting up a pin for the brothers. I've mentioned this before, maybe, that it's kind of wild that the brothers don't have their own stuff, right? The Prophet made sure that the women had, you got your own little organization, you got here's a little scroll in the newspaper to commemorate this establishment, right? Oh, yeah, here goes the Men's Business League. That's it? Nah. Oh, and we got a book, right? Even though I say that, I think that the Mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood of the East, I think that's for the brothers. And then the sisters get the Moorish National Sisters Auxiliary Guide. But anyway, I'm getting ready to start designing a pen for the brothers. And I think I know what it is. And I don't know if Brother Ronnie is in here. We actually talked about it. I actually talked it over with a brother because I'm not just going to pick nothing for y'all. And he was like, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm actually, I don't know if I should even say this, but I feel like I have nothing to lose if I say this. I'd rather focus on the brothers for obvious reasons. It's I find women repulsive. I'm hetero. I find you all gorgeous, but simultaneously actually disgusting. All right. No homo. Full no homo. So I'd rather focus on the brothers because I like guys. And then I'm looking at my analytics and it's just like, okay, on this platform, 79% of my supporters are male. On other platforms, 100%. So needless to say, you know, understandably, I feel like I'm wasting my time with the sisters. It's like, dang, is this how the brothers feel too? Right? Like I started a sister, I'm not beefing. It's just like, wow, this just is not working. I'm not faulting anyone or anything. I'm making an observation, right? But for real, is this how the brothers feel? Like this is something great and the sisters just don't seem interested. But not all of them. There definitely are some that do. And the ones that do, they're just like, are you real? Like for real? I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the ones that I've met. It's just like, thank you, Allah, right? Yes, I'm a unicorn, but unicorns, they can be herd. They are herd animals, right? So, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start focusing on the brothers. I don't know if this is gonna be the last sisters or tag thing that I observed. I've been telling folks, I've been trying to just keep it alive until the sisters catch on, but I don't know. It's gonna take something else because I think I said it before. I don't think I have what they want. Don't look at me. Right? I don't wear makeup. I like comfortable clothes, right? I love t-shirts. Right? This is like the most expensive jewelry I have is gold. That's it. Does that look like a lot? All right. Anyway, because I think my time is better spent on other things, but that's just me. Moving on to the next thing. Love, Truth, Peace, Freedom, Justice Tour 2025 / Moorish Meetup. Okay? It's time for another Moorish Meetup. This time it's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. Another place that I am quite familiar with, right? Because I actually went to Arizona State University. So, yeah, I know the area quite well. And I intend on having a good time. The last 2 meetups we've had have been just like, wow, right? The last one was like 6 months ago and I'm still buzzing off of it. I don't know about y'all, right? It's long, Regiel. If you need some details, contact him. Or like with the other ones, I try to keep everything central, right? So, cause Moors are easily distracted because they are purposely distracted. All right. So I try to make stuff as streamlined as possible. You can go straight to Rise of the Moors. Probably right after this, it'll be on the front page, but you can go directly to it by going to riseofthemoors.org/Phoenix Fire. Okay. And right now, the only thing that's up there is the flyer announcing it and the itinerary. You can see the full itinerary. And I'll be coming out with more posts, like actually detailing everything, like with the other 2 events. Cause here I am again. I think I found my lane. I like this, right? I don't like feeling like I'm what is that? I'm one of those people. What's that group called? They had those psychedelic bears as their character, and Jerry Garcia was their leader. I cannot remember the name of the group, but Jerry Garcia was their leader. I cannot remember their name, but people follow these people everywhere on their concerts. And I'm like, dang, that's what I'm doing with Cujo. Every time he sets up, or for the last 3 ones, every time he sets up a library event, it's like, skip that. A couple of hours on one day. No, people gonna be flying in. They want to get their money and their hotel worth. We're gonna set up a whole thing. And if you've been to one, yeah, you already know the energy just be off the chain. I brought my children to the last one, and then more children showed up. That one, I think we're gonna have to make the Atlanta event an annual thing. Like, just show up every year just to be up in Atlanta for a weekend. All the Moors. Because a lot of children and a lot of Moors showed up. All right. But I digress. Anyway, back to the Love, Truth, Peace, Freedom, Justice Tour for Phoenix. That is for Friday, May 9th to Saturday, May 10th of this year. All right. Yeah, like I said, the itinerary is available on riseofthemoors.org/Phoenix Fire. Okay. And the details will be uploaded over this weekend, but you may want to start making your arrangements now, actually starting next week. Couple reasons. One, because it's a new moon. After the new moon, everything works better. And because spring break season is closing, right? And prices are going way down because they know people just spent all that money on spring break. Nobody's probably trying to be traveling until November for Thanksgiving. So right after spring break, that is a great time to reserve your seats or your tickets and hotels and stuff. I know I will. All right. So that's that for that. I think that's it. How long was that? I don't know. Long enough, right? Because I'm hungry and I'm having vegan Mexican taco or pizzas from Taco Bell for dinner. Yeah, right. Maybe I'll put the recipe on whatmooreseat.com. But other than that, I hope you Moors are doing okay. Let me wrap this on up and just, I wanted to ask y'all how you doing, right? Because I know how I'm feeling frustrated. I'm not going to keep y'all for too long. I just want y'all to think about it. Like, how are you? You need to be checking in with yourself, especially the Moors who are like actually doing stuff, because we focus so much on the outside. We need to just check in on ourselves once in a while, especially because as the first ones to wake up, you know what that is, right? If you've been in a house full of people who are still sleeping, here you are fully awake, waiting on them and surrounded by snoring and morning breath, right? Bad enough I'm sitting up here alone and awake, but I got to deal with y'all noise and nonsense too, right? Especially now because it's just crazy looking at all these, since Trump got elected, looking at all of these foreigners fighting over our stuff. I don't know about y'all, but it bothers me, right? But I know that it's like, okay, we're on this side. And the scriptures say our ancestors on the other side asking, how long is this going to take, Allah? How long do we have to put up with these dummies? These for real savages, colonial pink cave beasts running our stuff. They are proving every day how stupid, worthless, and irrelevant they are. And to prove that they're not stupid, worthless, and irrelevant, they do more stupid, worthless, and irrelevant stuff, right? It's just crazy. No DEI, no DEI. You are the epitome of DEI, right? For what it's set up with. But I don't want to get folks upset because it's holy day. I just want to tell Moors, have heart, right? If you feel in some kind of way, meet up with us. We'll be in Phoenix in May, if not meeting up sooner, because I don't know if I can wait till May. Just know that all of the stuff we seeing are the final death throes. We're just waiting for this to wrap up. And as bad as you might feel watching it, at least all you're doing is watching it. I don't know if you've been keeping up with stuff, how they're begging so-called black folks to get involved with their drama. And it's like, are y'all not seeing it yet that you're the battery? They're telling you that you're the battery. All right. So come out of her, my people, which is why I'm setting up certified Moorish, right? And it's also, let me not skip that part. The name of the Moorish Meetup is Summoned by Fire. Summoned by Fire. Few plays. You know how Moors are. I'm starting to see why Moors were considered mystical, because it's like, yeah, you ever heard of an entendre? Where when you say something, it could mean a double entendre. It means one or two things. Or two things. Triple entendre. It means that one statement means three things, right? Like our last meetup was Georgia Summits. Because we were in Georgia, right? Having a summit as in a meeting, right? And we were climbing mountains, summits. And we were elevating ourselves just by being around each other. Summit. It was a triple entendre. Okay? So here go another one. Summoned by Fire. All right. I picked that one because, Phoenix, of course. I lived in Phoenix for 5 years. This is a great time to be out there because Phoenix in May is probably comparable to a normal summer everywhere else. It's like, it's already super hot there, right? By the time you hit June, everybody turns into vampires. Can't come out during the day. All right. Reggie L, you can testify, right? But it's worth it because you can barbecue in December. It's definitely worth it, right? But anyway, so that's what a fire, summoned by fire. And also summoning these Moors who are burning red hot, just with all this anger and sick to death of watching these foreigners fighting over our stuff. Summoned by your fire. Come talk to us. Come deal with us, right? So that's two. And then it's also a play on Drew Ali's prophecies. A few of them. He talks about fire in a few of his prophecies. But he said, I'll be the water for your fire. Right? So come get some water. Right? Yeah. And if you want to see all this end, all this nonsense end and begin again, right? I encourage y'all, sooner than later, I encourage y'all to get with Drew Ali's program and, start meeting up with Moors. So again, I think that's all I got. Certified Moorish, set up your business, come out of these people. Because isn't that how the first collapse happened? If you know your Moorish history, the first one happened because Drew Ali, he had his business. I don't know what he was doing. I would love to look it up. Because whatever he was doing, it was just them doing them. It's not like he actually went somewhere and said, I officially shut you down. It's other people watching his moves and saying, I'm not going to wait for him to follow nothing. Does that make sense? So I'm basically just for real following it exactly in his footsteps. That might be biting. That might not be creative, but it worked for him. And a lot of his stuff wasn't complicated. So yeah. And with that, I'll end with, please just get with your boards, get active, do something, right? Remove yourself from this whole thing and watch what happens. You're the only bricks that matter. Everybody else they're spittle. They are a spittle. That's in the Bible, right? They don't matter. They're just details, right? So removing you is removing a cornerstone. What is that? The stone that the builder refused? So do it, right? And I'll be coming out with the trust setup next. So if you don't want to set up your corporation before you set up your trust, understandable. But I'm finding that you can do it backwards too. So I'll be setting up the trust, right? And I love how Drew Ali did it. He filed the notice of trust existence. That's our authority. And usually you keep the trust to yourself. The details of the trust, you keep it to yourself. You know what Drew Ali did? You know what he did with his trust? He published it for all the world to see. It's called the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. That's our trust, where he's laying claim to all of these lands, saying where we got from it, who's in charge, how they supposed to be running it. So why do I need to complicate things? Do you see that's one page for the actual filing they put on with the county, and then the trust? You see how small it. What if that was put on 8.5 by 11? How many pages do you think that would actually be? That probably wouldn't even be 10 pages. Think about it, right? You been saying that? Okay. I'm glad to know that, I like not being special. So thank you for saying that. All right. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that, and I'll be back this time next Friday, 6 p.m. because I want to talk to the Moors. So the ones who are temple Moors, I wish I was a temple Moor, but all the temples I keep joining, it's like, dang, I don't even have to explain it to you. Right. I'll be here at 6. So, and done before 7. So you'll have something to discuss with your temple. And then you'll know if you need to remain with that temple or start your own. I know how to do that too, but I'm gonna leave that alone for now. All right, Moors, that's all I got. If I don't see you before next week, y'all have a lovely week, and I'll be up with y'all sooner than later. All right. And yeah, be on the lookout for everything. All right. Peace and love. Enjoy your Sabbath, and peace and love, and bye-bye, y'all. Thank you for joining.
Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that this message may be spread widely to assist in our mission to normalize Moorish.